Good afternoon. So what happened in 2013 in the luxury residential real estate market, and where are things headed? I'm Dale Snyder with the Snyder Group Team Driven Real Estate here at Keller Williams Realty in Las Vegas, Nevada. So, a lot of great data here. So I'm going to go through this with you guys here, but I'm just going to break it down and kind of bounce back and forth. I found that our clients have just liked to get a summary of how I interpret this, but know at the end in the description of this video that you can look at all of this great information in detail. The other thing I want to make note of is we are also doing a high-rise update monthly as well with the luxury high-rise and the general high-rise market, and updates on what's going on with big projects. So those two videos will be in the description below as well. And also, if you'd like to receive that email newsletter on the high-rise market once a month moving forward, please shoot us a quick note and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get this information. As always, our goal is just to give you a wealth of information so you can keep a pulse on the market. So whether it's the residential market as a whole, the luxury residential, the high-rise market, whatever it is, we want to get this content out to you so you can make the best decisions. So let's jump right in. What we saw in 2013 was a great year in the luxury market, as many of you already know. Nationally, luxury sales $1 million and above are up like 70%, so that obviously impacts the Las Vegas market. So let me just read you some data here real quick. There were 267 luxury residential estates that sold with a list price of $1 million or above in the MLS last year, of which 11 of those were bank-owned and 16 were short sales. So most of them were traditional sales, and the bulk of them were cash, but believe it or not, I looked at the top 20 most expensive sales, and 7 of them were financed, which I was surprised. I thought they would all been cash, but when you look in that, I think it was like 3.1 million to 6.5 million were the top 20 sales. 7 of those 20 were financed, which was a bit of a surprise to me. The biggest deviation I'm seeing is the list price to sales price. We had the highest sales price was a $9 million property that sold for 6.5. So pretty big shift in there. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit more when we look over the data. The other thing I want to touch on is, and you're going to have this in the description below, this is one of the luxury estates that sold. What you'll get when you click on this is you're going to get all the description on the property, all the pictures, all the information that we have access to that you're not going to be able to get. So the history, when did it go on the market? Were there price reductions? Did it fall out of escrow? All of the meat and potatoes of the history of that estate. The tax record, what did they pay for it? Who bought it? All of the images and the virtual tour. I can send you all 267 of these if you'd like, or if you'd like it broke down by area, just let me know. They're already sitting in my inbox. I just have to forward it on to you. So reach out to me if you'd like that information. So, I'm going to throw some of this on the ground. Too much stuff in my hand here. All right, so what I've got here is broken down by $500,000 to $1 million. $1 million to $2 million, and $2 million and above for all of the sales data for the residential luxury market. So this is great stuff because now we're getting enough data month over month to where we can start tracking. So next month's edition is we'll be able to compare January of last year to January of this year. And to me, that's what's really important, to see how did we start off last year versus this year and kind of track it month over month. But most importantly here is what's the sales price to list price, right? Because if you're a seller, you want to know where to price your home and know what kind of offers and negotiation you're going to have to do. And if you're a buyer, a lot of time buyers are a little leery to make offers on properties that are overpriced, where sellers are like, well, just make us an offer. So there's some frustration on both sides. So I think this is very good information for the consumer. In the 500 to 1 million, we're seeing about an average of a 95 to 97% reduction off the list price. So factor that in your negotiations. In the 1 million to 2 million, we saw about a 90 to 93% reduction, 90 to 93% of the asking price to sales price, so about a 7% reduction. Where it's the biggest was in the 2 million and above, where we're seeing is much as a 12 to 14% reduction off of the list price. I looked at the top 20 sales for the year, and some of them were $1 million difference from list price to sales price. Some were as much as $2.5 million. There was a high-rise penthouse listed at 9.8 that sold, no, sorry, listed at, I think it was 8 million, not 9.8, 8 million, went for 6.5. So there's some big deviations there. So be aware of that when you're going to the negotiation table. Let's also take a quick look at the absorption rate. You'll see that in the 500,000 to 1 million, it's actually going down, which means there's less of a month's supply of inventory. So it's hard to say where that's going to trend because we're going to see more properties come on the market, but more buyers are going to come into the market. In the 1 million to 2 million, we've got about a 13, 14 month supply of inventory. Let me back up. We have about an 8 to 10 month supply of inventory in the 500,000 to 1 million as a whole for the city. In the 2 million and above, we've got on average about a 18 to 25 month supply of inventory. I did take a look to see how many properties came on the market since January 1st, and the number's right around 12. In the month of December, we had like 20-some estates in the 1 million and above come on the market. So looks like there's going to be a lot of opportunities for buyers out there to purchase luxury estates. The last thing I want to touch on is the escrow fallout rate. This is one that I'm excited to start sharing with you. So you'll see in the 500 to 1 million, for every 2 deals that are in escrow, you can expect 1 to close for that current month. About 2.5 in the $1 to $2 million range, and about 2 in the 2 million and above range. So to summarize that, if there's 20 homes in escrow currently in one of these price ranges, you can expect half of those to close in the current month. So in summary, we're expecting another hot year in the market, in the luxury market. Interest rates are projected to go up about a full point. Knowing how many people are financing, even in the most expensive price ranges in the valley, that's going to definitely impact things. So if you're a seller, you definitely want to factor that in. So I hope this information was of value to you. Once again, you can analyze it in detail in the description below. Don't forget to catch our high-rise updates. Reach out to me. I'd love to have an educated conversation with you on your specific needs. This is Dale Snyder with the Snyder Group, Team-Driven Real Estate, Keller Williams Realty here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Have a fantastic 2014.